I'm sure will be satisfied with that performance. Big wheel stand for Canyon. Then you can see the burst panel come out of it, and that kind of volcanic rush of fire out of the top of the intake manifold. And Cole is going to go down the racetrack 374.8 at 200 miles an hour on the nose. That picks him up 0.05 of a second. Not good enough to make it in, but a very strong run. Oh, man, it tried to turn into a sprint car again. Velez goes down at 371.7 at 202.
Out here. Yeah, there we go.
Good flames. And Handress powers down to a 368 at 203 miles an hour. Oh, Matt. It was looking good.
It was. You saw the flames there as the car got past the 60-foot cone, all the nitrous coming in. Timing coming back in, we started to see that blue flame that we were looking for earlier. Looked good, just couldn't hold it together.
The Farrier's car pulls the nose up as he is way out by the wall. 373.8 and a 379 at 201 for Cole Pez. Beadley's car way out to the right side of the groove, and he takes the long way home. Larson was a 369. That is a great run for the Nova. Vettle's car began to spin the tire enough that it began to rotate the rear end. He clicked it off. 371.2 at Chris Giuliano's effort here at 198 miles an hour.
Looking good.
Looking real good. He goes through a 365.0, missed it by a thou, but the speed of 220 miles an hour. The second car to crest 220 this afternoon, this evening. The better part of a full 10 on the other side. Finish line 366 and a 368.
Great run for Robin Roberts.
And the Shelton telenovela, does it have a happy ending? It does. 362.7, 208 miles an hour. That's what we've been looking to see all session so
Look
far.
at the excitement, Wes. Congratulating the crew down there.
Almost into the 400-foot range now.
Oh, man.
Zero success here for Pez.
2 feet.
And will Kurt Stedding make it in? They're both looking very strong. 362 and a 364.4. So Stedding is definitely in for 100%. The big question now is that 64.4 is good enough for the moment. They finished the run 67 and 68. Wiggle early. Fights the car through. It goes 360 at 208 miles an hour. Lyle Barnett goes from the outhouse darn near up to the penthouse. He's fourth.
That's what we wanted to see.
And Horde had to let the front end, was way up. And for Weatherford, a 367 at 204. That's 49th territory. Rick Horde was 962 down low. Yeah, I think it's a David Fisner design program there. Big flames, but he had to lift. Taylor goes 366.2, a respectable effort at 206.95 miles an hour, but not quick enough to land 43rd. And they finish the runs 364.7. Wilson misses it by 3 thousandths. Davis misses it by 7.
Issues for Bubba Green again.
He went in.
363 with an 8 for Jericho.
364 and change. Sackman's off first. Decker has to left. Sackman goes down the racetrack at 369. They will miss the show for Mike Decker. He had to take his foot off the throttle. It did not come together for him. And Amber Denton goes 362.4 and a 363.6 for Rojas. They both punch in. Sullivan's car immediately went left. Blenko's car started to go right, and for both of them, it will be disappointment on a Friday night. Nothing happening for Lee. for
Good
Eric
luck,
Anders. A 361. They punched in 206.54 miles an hour. Not just gently either, to the number 6 spot.
All the way up to 6th. Brutal numbers early. 9:14, 2:41.
Decker will not make the program, and Travis Harvey at 364.3 will not either at 35th for Harvey at 207 miles an hour. Glenn gets up by the middle of the racetrack, and Antron goes 360 with a 3 at 205 miles an hour. The new number 4 qualifier. Glenn goes 361.5. He goes to number 9.
Does Glenn have a cone or something that he
He's got a block.
So both cars disqualified due to that situation there with Bob Glenn. Man, that's tough.
That is as brutal as it gets. The bottom half of 3.64 seconds. Survey says a 360 and a 362. They're both in.
Wow, great run for Sydney. 360 with a 5, all the way up to 4th, 11th for Rika there.
That's when things really start to change in a hurry. And Laughlin hung the front end forever, and he goes a 3.601. He just went to number 3 position.
Oh, man, 209.33.
Wow.
That car almost into the 50s.
Pasato's up on the center line. Matos goes 63.1, so he's in it at the 28th spot. Had a couple of blocks not been struck this round. Guy's not in the field. And Melanie's car ripping to a 361.5 at 205 miles an hour. That's good enough for number 10 spot. That is a nice elevation of her performance. I mean, you can go to YouTube and watch a professional guy do it on an aircraft carrier or watch it here. Man, Steve King, how about you? 363.1, but Rudolph, 361.1.
Gotta get those chutes out. There we go.
Oh, man, big backfire there for Taylor.
Oh, 59 for Hayward.
Wow.
Incredible.
Goes to number 2 at 208.62 miles an hour. They had matching 9:16.60 foot times, and then Hayward's car just dug in and left.
Yeah.
Nothing doing there, but for Spencer Hyde, 363.9, 207 miles per hour, a solid run. He will enter the field or enter the chip draw in the 26th spot, but for Keith Haney, gave up the ghost early. Hensley's up by the center line, and Dutton goes a 360 flat at 207.72.
911 60 foot.
Wow.
Probably one of the best we've seen so far, 241. You predicted that. Got a lot of eyeballs on this car right now. We got something going on.
It's tough to say. I mean, it's running. Nope.
Nope. Yeah, shut it off.
Oh, he's going to try to, and Kai Kelly goes 3.609 at 207 miles an hour. That puts him 9th.
So it seems like the 360 with flat, 360 with a 9 there for Kai. That's the range we're seeing a lot of these guys fall. So it seems to be tougher to dip into the 50s.
Wow.
Oh.
There it is, 602, 603. They go to number 6 and number 7, and now we're just printing 60s now. We're just printing them out. Man, it's looking good. 358.9 for Bowman and 3.601 for Johnny Camp. How about Mike Bowman? And Jason Harris, 58.3 at 209 miles an hour. There's the new number 2 qualifier. A 61.9 for Banica puts him 18th. But yeah, the second Mike Bowman settled into his seat, Harris just kicked him out of it. Cox is off the throttle. 59.4 for Ken Curtuccio at 208.75 miles an hour. That's good enough for 5th, and that's, of course, good enough to have him in the chip draw. And Victor Alvarez, of course, the track operator here at Bradenton Motorsports Park, and his first professional debut in Pro Mod.
Did I hear one, Ms. Mickey? We're shutting
wow,
Mickey
they're
down
pushing him back.
Oh, my goodness. I heard the car go silent for a second.
Well, Vic, the stage is yours, literally. And Victor into the floor tonight has to click it off early. Still goes 376 and 172.
We need to see the early numbers on that thing. I mean, that thing was aggressive.
Chewing. Mike, let's look at our final qualifying standings, 1 to 32, to determine who the 32 drivers will be reaching into that bag of chips. It'll be Mickey and Harris, Bowman, Hayward, Curtuccio, Tim Dutton, a number 6 qualifier. Laughlin's right behind him at 7th. Cam Tutterow and Stevie Fast in the number 10 position. We look at the back half of the top half of the field now.
Yes, Eddie Frico, great run earlier, held up there at the number 11 spot. Lyle, Kai Kelly, Erica. This is sort of the name section of the sheet here. Melanie Salemi. $1,000 tomorrow.